Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man, you can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now listen, you already know time and energy, the highest forms of currency, my G. Time and energy are the highest forms of currency. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that moolah, but keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex. That time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G. Big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's highly invested in the channel, growing this thing organically. You already know it's constant elevation. Yeah, we going to the top. We are not stopping. So big salute to all my day one investors. Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new investors, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. The Realest channel on YouTube. I told you I carved out a lane for the real, and I'm the only one in this lane, my G. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to y'all. Listen, man, you already see the title. You already see the thumbnail. You know what I mean? Young Thug is set free. Young Thug is free. Young Thug has taken a plea deal in a state RICO. You understand what I'm saying? Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, it's a lot of information circulation. It's a lot of people talking. It's a lot of online lawyers. One thing for sure, two things for certain, man. When these rappers and these celebrities start catching these cases, it's always amazing to me how many YouTube lawyers start to pop out the woodworks. It seems like everybody is into the case. Everybody's breaking down the case piece by piece. Everybody knows what happened here and what happened there. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what I'm here to do at Grown Man Business TV. One thing for sure, two things for certain. You never see me take that angle as a YouTube lawyer. I will say this, you know what I mean? Salute the Young Thug. Congratulations on being free. 40-year probation. 40 years probation for Young Thug. If he does 20 years probation or 15 years probation with time served, then that 40 gets converted into time served. You understand what I'm saying? But banned from Atlanta. Banned from Atlanta. You understand what I'm saying? So you got the pros and you got the cons of this whole situation. Young Thug acts specifically to be able to do shows and to be able to do concerts with Gunna. You know what I mean? That's something that really stood out. That's something that really stuck out in the whole situation when it comes to the plea deal. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, MJ, what it do, man? See you in the chat. Real in and out. We not staying long. I just wanted to say, I spoke on this situation with Thugger a while ago, and I told y'all when I did that live stream to keep Gunna in jail as long as possible. You understand what I'm saying? And after you kept that man in jail for a few years and your case is weak, now it's at the point where I don't care if you had a dress. I don't care if you was a part of the LBG 123. I don't care if you was a gang member. It's never a good thing watching a man be railroaded. You understand what I'm saying? And this case got to a point where we could all see clear as day that Young Thug was being railroaded. Something wasn't adding up. Something wasn't right. You know, the state RICO case was weak. I mean, softer than Dollar Tree cotton. No reason for that man to still not have a bond. No reason for that man to still be locked up in Fulton County. So, you know, again, man, when it come to Grown Man Business TV, we not content lawyers. We not YouTube lawyers. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I want to give a big salute to Young Thug for standing on that business and not becoming a Muslim in there and not putting on a kufi and not praying 5 times a day all of a sudden when you catch that RICO case. Stand on your business, stand on your square. You understand now? Like I said, this not going to be a long live stream, but I did want to tap in on that. I did want to tap in on the fact that we didn't start seeing Young Thug come out with a kufi on. All of a sudden, we didn't see the Nation of Islam standing outside the damn courthouse trying to represent Young Thug. You know what I mean? You know, the time for you to step into that light, the time for you to approach that situation is not when you got the RICO case on your head and now you looking for an out, you looking for forgiveness, you looking for a door. You understand what I'm saying? The time is now. When you get out, You get around your kids, you get around your family. You understand what I'm saying? You get a second chance at living this life. You know, now is the time to fully step into that light if you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? So I gotta say, man, it did get to the point where they was railroading Thugger. It did get to the point where it was just nasty work. But the downloads are gonna download when you're looking at these situations. And again, it's never the right time when you in trouble now to be trying to go get a kufi and trying to be a Muslim. That ain't the way. Now I want to say this: 15 years on probation is easy money. It's easy money because when you listen to the stipulations of this plea deal, right? He's allowed to be under drugs that he is prescribed by a doctor. We all know in Georgia, marijuana, cannabis is legal. So all he got to do is get a doctor to prescribe him marijuana, to let them know he can smoke 4 or 5 times a day, being as though he was locked up, being as though he was in a jail cell for the last 3 years. He needs to be able to sleep at night. He needs to be able to adjust to his environment. So he's going to be able to smoke marijuana. You understand what I'm saying? That's one thing I see a lot of people asking. The second thing is he's allowed to travel abroad. Even though he's on probation, even though he's taking a plea deal and he has 15 years probation, he's allowed to travel the country and he's allowed to travel internationally for work purposes. So the man is on probation, but trust me, he got his passport, and he can now do shows. He can now create music. He can now create money and revenue for him and his family. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I wanna say this, man. If the Rico ain't coming from the feds at this point, I don't believe it. The state is weaker than, I mean, softer than Dollar Tree cotton. And things like this, situations like this are further exposing how weak the state is, how weak a lot of these cases be. But if you ain't got the revenue, if you ain't got the funding to back the situation, you fall under the wayside. You get thrown under the jail. The whole time they ain't have a case in the first place. And if you ain't got the money, if you ain't got the money to fund this situation, you get thrown under the jail and you get 100 years to life. If the feds ain't involved, I don't believe it. I would suggest the state fall back. If the feds don't take over, this shit ain't real. It ain't a real thing, man. You know what I mean? Big salute to Thugger, man. Now I hope that you don't come out here and you don't put these skirts on and you ain't got these John Madden sneakers on and you ain't wearing a thong. I hope you stand up on grown man business, young Thugger. I hope you get out here, you stand on business, you be a man about it. I believe that it's time to be a man about it, homie, young Thugger. You know, it's a lot of stipulations. Lady JJ, I see you in the chat. What it do? Big wrenches all day. We not staying long on this one. I'm definitely gonna double back once more information because again, I'm not a YouTube lawyer. I'm not one of these content creators that's gonna get up here and act like, you know, I done broke the case down and, you know, God, nah, that's the lawyer's job. A lot of you dudes is solving cases. A lot of you dudes is under, yeah, y'all got that Y on. A lot of these content creators, I don't fall in that category. You understand? But I will say this. Something else that stood out to me that I spoke about, but I'm gonna rehash it, is Young Thug cleared Gunna's name and his reputation. Now you got a lot of people talking about this. You got a lot of people saying, "Yo, he spoke up for young Gunna, and that don't mean nah." See, this is what you got to understand. One thing for sure, two things for certain. We saw Gunna with the yes ma'am, no ma'am, with the yes ma'am. We saw Gunna give it up in front of that court to get out of jail. So we already saw what we saw, but a lot of people are not understanding that Gunna is an artist that's still connected to YSL. Gunna is an artist that's still earning. He's still generating money for Young Thug. So why would Young Thug come out here and kick dirt on Gunna? Why would Young Thug come out here and stop a very, very lucrative stream of income, which is Gunna? Oh, it's lucrative. Gunna is a lucrative stream of income, homie. He's bringing in millions right now for YSL. You understand me? So Thugger is playing the smart game. Thugger is he's not a dummy. Thugger is no sucker, homie. He's smart. He's a smart dude, Jeffrey. You understand what I'm saying? And he asked and he made sure his lawyers put in his stipulations, put in the plea deal that first he's allowed to travel to make money. He's allowed to go out the country. He has a passport, and that he's allowed to perform with Gunna, even though Gunna was a part of the case. Stipulation is he's allowed to perform. He's allowed to do music. He's allowed to be in the same area, the same room, in close quarters with Gunna, his artist. Gunna dropping hits. Gunna been dropping hits since he got out of prison, out of jail, whatever you want to call it. He been dropping hits. And you got to know something. The judge, being as though this case was so weak, being as though this case was actually softer than Dollar Tree cotton, the judge put all of the proper stipulations in that plea deal for me to say, take that. Yeah. Now, grown man business TV, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have took the state to court. I would have took it to trial, homie. Y'all have no case. Once y'all start offering plea deals and y'all start offering this and y'all start offering that, I'm taking it to trial. That's just grown man business TV. I'm taking it to trial, homie. Yeah, that's what I would have did. I ain't gonna lie. I done already been locked up for 2-3 years. Another 6 months, another 3 months, that ain't gonna hurt me. They had nothing. Listen, let me tell you, state RICO charge. When they bring a state RICO charge and the feds don't get involved, either they gonna knock the home run out or you gotta go to trial. Me personally, I would have took it to trial, but I will say this, if I was gonna take a plea deal, those stipulations would need to be intact. And the judge didn't hold back. The judge didn't fight it. The judge didn't say, no, we're not doing this. The judge actually was very lenient. You know, Thugger was facing over 100 years in prison. 15 years probation where you can travel. Let me break this down as well. A lot of people don't really fully understand what goes down with this probation thing. A lot of you YouTubers ain't never been to jail. A lot of you YouTubers ain't never been through the system. A lot of y'all ain't never really had but even if you have, let's break this down. 15 years probation. If you knock this 15 years probation out the park, the whole 40-year prison term is knocked out. Is converted into time served, right? But what a lot of you guys are missing, what's going over a lot of y'all head, that after Young Thug does about 5, 6, maybe, let's say he's on probation for 5 years. He does an amazing 5 years where he's giving back to the community. He's doing philanthropy work. He's making music. He's elevating to the highest level within this industry. After 5 years, these same lawyers can go back to the court and ask for time served. Listen, my client is a tax-paying citizen. He has not been in any trouble. It's been 6 years, 5 years since he's been on probation. He is a upstanding citizen. We want to get back in front of the judge. We want to ask that he is no longer banned from Atlanta. We want to ask that he is taken off probation and allowed to live his life and allowed to be a productive citizen in America. And guess what? Being as though this case was nasty work, being as though they had nothing, they absolutely got to the point where we could see with our own eyes that it was obvious that the state didn't have what they thought they had. In 5 years, Thugger could be fully off probation, homie. So a lot of the times when people that are not really fully engaged, you understand, with the criminal system, and salute to everybody that ain't never been to jail. Salute to everybody that ain't never been on probation. Salute to y'all. Y'all are the real ones. The dudes that ain't never had handcuffs put on them, I salute y'all. But a lot of the times, it's smoke and mirrors when it comes to this judicial system. And the words confuse y'all. So when y'all hear 15 years probation, y'all say, oh man, nobody can do 15 years on probation. Well, it's not that hard, homie. When you making millions of dollars, when you one of the biggest artists on the planet, when you are allowed to travel internationally and globally and around the country, nationally, when you are allowed to smoke your marijuana, so you ain't got to do no other drugs, when you are, see, these things make it easy. And then again, at 15 years, 15 years, it scares a lot of people, but y'all not remembering and y'all not understanding that in 5 years, these fantastic lawyers that Young Thug has will go back in front of the judge and get that 15 years knocked out. Nah, block trade. I watched it, you know what I'm saying? And the judge said that he cannot be under any drugs that are not prescribed by a licensed physician, a licensed doctor. Being as though they in Georgia, where marijuana is legal, cannabis is legal in Georgia, right? Not federally, but this is not a federal case. Yeah, I came to the right place. This is not a federal case. So being as though this is a state case, in the state of Georgia, cannabis is legal as long as it's being prescribed to you by a licensed physician. So Thug being in jail, Thug got post-traumatic syndrome. Thug can't sleep at night. He having back problems from sleeping on that concrete bed. Thug having knee problems from walking with those shackles on. The doctor is going to prescribe him the highest grade medicinal marijuana on the planet. And he's going to be able to smoke that good. But now I would suggest Young Thug don't smoke nothing. I would suggest that Young Thug get out and take the same route that Gunna took and get on his health tip. But I'm going to tell you something, man. When you sit in prison, when you sit in jail, when you have been incarcerated like that, and then you get let free, it's hard to sleep at night. It's hard to get back into the rhythm of the matrix that we in. So I can see Young Thug smoking marijuana. That's within the stipulations of his plea deal. I mean, Thug got an amazing plea deal, homie. Salute to his lawyers, man. Salute to Atlanta. Salute to Atlanta, Georgia, Fulton County, where you got a lot of black established people, bro. Black lawyers, white lawyers that all represent and for real will fight. Like, you ain't gonna get this type of action nowhere else. You ain't gonna get this type of action in New York City. You ain't gonna get this type of action in Virginia, Florida, Texas. Atlanta is a Wakanda for black people, like it or not. So, you know, like I said, man, I wanna give y'all some game on this. It's a lot of talk about the Muslim, you know, salute to Harlem Legend. He said some things that, and I feel like, and respectfully, I feel like Harlem Legend, I feel like DJ Academics, I feel like Flacco, they all watching Grown Man Business TV. They all stealing game from Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, respectfully. You know what I mean? Respectfully. I dropped the live stream on October 25th, where I was talking about, you know, the Muslim thing, the gangsters, the jail dudes that want to hide behind the Allah. They want to hide behind the Quran. They want to hide behind, you know, being a Muslim, right? And after I did that live stream, everybody been talking about that. Everybody's Harlem Legend, Flacco, academics. Big salute, man, to all of y'all that's watching the content. Big salute to all of y'all that's biting pieces and bits and pieces off the content, off the game that I'm giving up. Salute to y'all. I just wanted to let y'all know that I see y'all. I wanted to let y'all know that I recognize it. And imitation is the highest form of flattery. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. But ever since I gave that game up, everybody is biting bits and pieces off that game. So I wanted to kind of elaborate on that real quick, right? So Young Thug just spent almost 3 years in jail, eating out of a paper bag, eating mystery meat, eating Doritos in canteen, laying on a concrete slab. I'm talking when you in jail, when you in prison, whatever it is, it's unhumane conditions, homie. It's unsanitary. It's disgusting work. You understand me? And that's what I mean when I say you gonna have to put in the work. If you repent, if you go to be a Muslim, if you praying 5 days a week, that's not gonna stop you from being persecuted for the things that you putting into this universe. That's not gonna stop you from having to do the work, homie. You don't just get to be a Muslim and still not do the work. So Lil Durk, with all the Muslim talk, and his name is Muhammad Khalif Abdul Jabbar now, and yeah, Little Durk name is Muhammad now. He's a Muhammad Alif Kadul Jabbar. I'm here to tell you, man, that's not gonna stop you from the work. Now, I ain't saying you gonna do 100 years. I ain't saying that the feds is gonna throw you under the jail, but you're gonna have to sit down, homie. You're gonna have to really sit down and really show face, show and prove. So a lot of you dudes is getting it confused when y'all say, you know, what's wrong with becoming a Muslim? And I heard somebody say, you know, y'all hold Muslims to the highest standards, as we should. As we should, homie. Because the whole Muslim situation is becoming just like Christianity. Where back in the day, a lot of people believed in Christianity. But over time, after we see pimp after pimp become a pastor, after we see rapper after rapper like Mason Betha hang out with P. Diddy, play with dildos, become a pastor, and now he's a podcast. See, we stopped believing in that part of Christianity. And somewhere you got to understand, the people still respect the Shahada. The people still respect the Quran. So the more and more y'all dilute it, the more and more y'all let these rappers turn to Muslims. Y'all let these rappers do all this damage in the community. And then all of a sudden, now you a Muslim. The more and more people lose faith in what y'all doing, the more and more people start to question. Yeah, I heard somebody say, yeah, y'all hold Muslims to the highest standard, as we should. That shouldn't be a bad thing that we hold y'all to a higher standard, homie. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, Lil Durk, he thought being a Muslim was going to save him. It get deep, it get wicked. It's so ill, right? I did a live and I said that Durk was supposed to forgive and Durk was supposed to be the bigger man. And guess what Quando Rondo just did? That's why I know y'all watching the channel. That's how I know y'all paying attention to what's going on. I did a live stream on October 26th, on the 26th, explaining how Lil Durk was supposed to forgive Quando Rondo, forgive Lil Tim, how he was supposed to elevate the youth, how he was supposed to elevate the youngsters, how he was supposed to take his role as Lil Durk and he was supposed to change the narrative, right? Being as though he didn't do that, now his ass is in prison. And guess what Quando Rondo just did maybe yesterday? Quando Rondo made a statement and he said that he forgives Lil Durk and he forgives everybody that he might have had a problem with. He forgives them. That's what Quando Rondo just did right after I said that. Not only did he forgive Lil Durk in public, not behind closed doors, he did it publicly. Not only did he forgive Lil Durk, but he dropped a song called Life Goes On. Life goes on. Life goes on. You understand what I'm saying? And exactly what I said to do, he did it. And it's moving him into another light. And I'm gonna answer that, whatever your name is. I'm gonna answer that. I never said that Quando Rondo was a fake thug. I said these rappers should not be allowed. It should not be accepted by the Muslim community when you do all this damage and you think that you could just be a Muslim and have your slate wiped clean. Now, the difference between Quando Rondo and Little Durk at this present moment is that Quando Rondo is putting in the work that I said you need to put in. Quando Rondo at this present moment is doing the work. Let me give you some game. First, he dropped the flag. He told the world publicly he is no longer a gang member. He is no longer going to represent a gang that's killing the people, that's killing our community, that's killing people that look just like him. That's the first step. The second step is that he forgave Little Durk. And not only Little Durk, but everybody that seemed to have a problem with him, he said, I forgive Little Durk and I forgive anybody I might have had a problem with. I forgive y'all for whatever you have done to me, and I hope you forgive me for my wrongdoings. That's step number 2. This is work being put in. And then right after that, he drops a song called Life Goes On. And he talks about dropping his flag. And he talks about taking his shahada and becoming a Muslim. And he's telling all the youngsters out there that, you know what, life goes on. And this ain't the best route to take. And we all make mistakes. And not one of the most powerful things that he did in that song is he talked about dropping the flag. And he talked about taking his shahada and becoming a Muslim. See, you got to do this publicly. You understand what I'm saying? You don't get the, again, I was trying to give Lil Durk the game. A lot of backlash came from that. And a lot of content creators start biting bits and pieces and taking that and running with it. Salute to y'all. But you don't get to be a gang member. You don't get to kill people. You don't get to do all of these things and destroy the community in public, right? And then hide behind the Shahada, hide behind the Quran. You got to take that shit in public too. You got to take your songs and you got to now start putting Muhammad and Allah and the Quran. You got to start putting that into your work, homie. Your work is obviously your music. You don't get to act like a gangster in public and then be a Muslim behind closed doors. That ain't how it works. You understand me? You have to change the narrative. You have to change the imagery that you have given to the youth, that you have given to the community, that you have given to this realm right here. You got to change the imagery and you got to change the narrative. And that's exactly what Quando Rondo is doing. Yeah, man, I sat back, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm not crossing state lines at all times. I took a local route, I'm running routes at night. I'm home in the day. So I'll be sleeping a lot of times during the day. And I'll get up and I'll look through YouTube and see what's going on, see what people is talking about. And I was like, damn, everybody took that angle. You got Zip with the Drip talking about it. You got Harlem Legend talking about it. You got DJ Academics. You got Flacco from Adam 22. You got all of these dudes. And salute to them, because I ain't knocking them, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't dissing them, because we all here. The message is the message, homie. I ain't one of those content creators that won't credit for what it is. I'm just letting y'all know that I see y'all. I see what you and imitation is the highest form of flattery. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. And I'll say this. Let's look at when y'all was talking about it on y'all platform, and I did mine on October 25th. So if any of y'all was talking about these rappers becoming Muslims, you know how you ain't allowed to just repent, you know, the whole spill. If y'all was talking about that before the 25th, let me know. But I know for a fact y'all wasn't. I know for a fact y'all wasn't giving up that game before October 25th when I gave that game up, which lets me know, again, these live streams did 30, 40,000 views. I know y'all was watching. Big salute. I know you watching. You ain't got to be in the chat for me to know what you paying attention to. You understand? So the game is the game. In Quando Rondo, you got to know something. Either he watched the live stream and he sucked that game. Pause. He took that game up, right? Either because I'm about to say suck that game up, because you can funnel that game up, right? Either he did that, or somebody was in that live stream and got that game to him. A Grown Man Business TV was dropping game, homie. This what I suggest you do, because he's right. You got to do the work. You don't get to just, you don't get to just repent, homie. That ain't how the game work. And I wouldn't ever teach, I wouldn't ever want no youngsters to ever think, oh, I could do whatever I want. And then when I go to God, or I go to Jesus, or I go to Allah and I say, please forgive me, I'm going to be forgiven. That ain't how it would work, man. That ain't how it work. You can go, you can begin in stages. Yeah, you can begin to do the work to become forgiven, but you don't just get forgiven. See, yes, God forgives after you do the work. Salute, Lisa, I see you in the chat, Big Wrenches. Let me say that again, Florida native. God forgives. I never said God don't forgive. God only forgives after you do the work, homie. Allah, Muslim, whatever you pray to, only forgives after you do the work. And let me tell you something. Sometimes you done did so much damage in this world. Sometimes you done did so much damage to the youth that jail time, prison, is a part of the work that you gonna have to put in, homie. Woo! Yeah. Oh, we in here. We in here. Sometime prison is a part of the work that you gonna have to put in. And it take a big dog. It take a grown man. Listen, man, you gotta be on Grown Man Business to be able to deliver this message. Because sometimes the truth is gonna hurt. So we looking at Lil Durk in jail. I ain't say he shouldn't be a Muslim. I ain't say he ain't allowed to find forgiveness. I ain't saying that. But I'm saying after years and years and years of destruction, after years and years and years of you tearing down the community, of you pushing drill rap, of you smoking on dead ops. Y'all forgot Lil Durk? He smoke on dead people. Y'all forgot Lil Durk? He smoke on dead people. Y'all forgot that? Y'all think Allah is acceptive of that? No, you got to start doing the work. And to all my youngsters out there, keep that in mind when you out here doing your drills and you sliding and you making drill music and you in a gang and you destroying the community and you smoking dead ops. Keep that in mind when you finally want to repent. You finally want to find God. You finally are looking for forgiveness. Keep that in mind, that now you got to do the work to erase all of that. And until you do the work, you don't get forgiven, homie. You don't find forgiveness until you do the work. Big salute to Young Thug, man. 3 years in prison. Going through what you went through, Young Thug, I would say you have repented. You have repaid a high percentage of the debt the negative karma you have accumulated over the years. I would say, man, you in a position now where if you get out of jail and you go righteous, I ain't saying you got to be a Muslim. I ain't saying you got to be a Christian. I'm just saying do the right thing, thugger. If you get out of jail right now, they opening the cells for you. They opening those bars. They allowing you to go home. You took a plea deal. If you do the right thing, and see, again, you came to the right place, because I ain't gonna sit here and tell you, go take your shahada. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you, go get baptized. I'm gonna tell you to do the right thing. And we all know what the right thing is. We all know when we not doing the right thing. We can feel it. We all know as human beings, made in the image of, when we doing the right thing and when we not doing the right thing. So all I'm gonna tell you is do the right thing. Don't come out here and put no goddamn skirt on. Don't come out here and mislead the young men to think that they gotta be thugs and killers. You might wanna come out here. You might wanna get back with J. Cole, and you might wanna do one of those songs that J. Cole is so good at doing. Yeah. One of them positive affirmation songs, homie. Dro, I'm cleaning it big. Now I'm finished shoulder lean in that bed, nigga buck. Salute to Joe the poet. What it do, my G? Big wrenches in the chat. Big wrenches. You understand me? Do the right thing, man. Stand up like a man, homie. Clear your mind. Make an album right now that's gonna go against all the music that you ever gave to us. Make an album. An album. Because you gotta know something. That song that Thug got with J. Cole, I love that song. It's a song that Thug got with Nipsey Hussle. I love that song. I love that song. But we all watching, Thug, because we all want to see, and it ain't just us. The higher ups and the elites is ready to see if you ready to put that skirt back on. The higher ups and the elites is ready to see if you ready to slat and slime and slime and slap. And not only are we watching, not only are the higher ups and the elites watching, but at the top of the mountain, the most high is watching, young Thug. The most high. If it's God, if it's Jesus, if it's Allah, if it's whatever, Muhammad, whoever, the most high is watching. And at this present moment, homie, this is the fork in the road that I'm only here to give y'all game, son. Too blown. What it do, my G? Big Cali. I'm only here to give game up. I gave y'all this game with those 2 live streams about Lil Durk, and we gonna get back on Lil Durk. Y'all been paying attention. And I told y'all when King Von lost his life, that was a fork in the road for Lil Durk. That was a time in a fork in the road where Lil Durk had a decision to make. I can go right or I can go wrong. I can go left or I can go right. And Lil Durk chose to keep smoking on dead ops. Lil Durk chose to keep dissing. Lil Durk chose to go wrong. Well, Thugger, Young Thug, Jeffrey. This is your fork in the road, homie. This right here is your fork in the road. And nobody else ain't gonna tell you this. Grown Man Business TV is gonna tell you this. This is the opportunity where you either gonna go left or you gonna go right, young Thugger. You either gonna go right or you gonna go wrong, young Thugger. And listen to me, and you better hear me clearly, Jeffrey. If you choose to go wrong and they give your ass 100 years, we don't want to hear no crying about it. We don't want to hear no free Thugger about it. We don't want to hear no stand on that business. Because if you go wrong, it ain't going to be a federal It ain't gonna be a state RICO charge that's coming to your ass next time. It's gonna be a federal RICO charge that's coming to your ass. And I guarantee you this, one thing for sure and two things for certain. The feds ain't gonna miss, homie. The feds ain't gonna miss you, boy. The feds ain't gonna miss. The feds is gonna stand on business. Your ass gonna be in there for 100 years. They gonna hide you. We want next time we see you, your dreadlocks will be gray. Man, listen, you had long, man, you'll be white as medulla, man. Next time we see you, homie. Them dreads will be dog fur next time we see you if you go the wrong way. This is your fork in the road. You better make the right decision. And whatever decision you make, stand on it. If being away from your kids, if being locked up for 3 years, if being on the verge of doing 100 years didn't straighten you out, didn't clear your mind, didn't make you realize that you need to take the right way instead of the wrong way, if this situation didn't make you see through the smoke and mirrors, then you deserve to be in prison, homie. You deserve 100 years. Nobody else is going to say this on YouTube. Nobody else is going to say this in social media. I'm telling you, young thugger, Jeffrey, this is your fork in the road, homie. And I believe you're going to take the right route this time. I believe it. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. All the things you did, homie, this is what I mean when I say put in the work. Young Thug used to wear skirts. He used to paint his nails. Young Thug had lipstick on. Young Thug was a whole hoe out here. Young Thug was a whole hoe out here. That slate has been wiped clean, Young Thug. That slate has been wiped clean because you have been put in a position where you had to do the work and you stood on business and you came to court and you kept your head high and you went to jail and you laid on that concrete slab. I'm sure you prayed to God while you was in there. I'm sure you said some things and you made some promises that now it's time for you to stand on, thugger. And here we are. Thug is free. Thug has been released from prison. He has been released from State County, Cook County Jail, and Fulton County. Young Thug is out. And now it's time for you to stand on that because it's easy to get out here. Oh, Lil Baby, Tip, Lil Boosie, everybody about to throw you some money. Everybody about to put you back in position. Oh, yeah. It's easy to get put back into the industry. It's easy to fall back right back into the same trap. Oh, it's real easy. Yeah, man, big salute. You know, when the game is all, I'm only here to drop this game, homie. And one thing I gotta say, yeah, Perez, JP, facts. If you scroll back, right, I did a live stream maybe about a month ago where I was talking about Thugger. In the thumbnail, he got the lipstick on and he got the makeup on. And I said in that live stream, I don't think that it's time to let Thug out of jail just yet. Hold him a little bit longer. Thug done gained his weight back. He done detoxed his body of all them drugs, all that lean, all those pills. He done detoxed his body. You understand what I'm saying? He does look different, but if you ask me, he looks healthy. He looks healthy. Now in prison, you ain't gonna get that Palmer's cocoa butter. You know what I'm saying? Thugger is super black, you know what I mean? But when you get that Palmer's cocoa butter, you get this type of glow right here. You know what I mean? See, this is Noxzema and Palmer's cocoa butter. But see, in prison, in jail, Thugger, he ain't able to clean his face with that Noxzema like Grown Man Business TV is. He ain't able to get that Palmer's cocoa butter all over him. He ain't able to do that. So he was looking a little ashy. Yeah, Thugger was looking, the nigga was looking like a ghost. He was gray. And I was looking at him. I said, man, Thugger look gray, man. That's because he ain't able to get that cocoa butter on him. But he looks healthy. He done gained all his weight back. You understand? His dreads is still dreading. He ain't lost his hair. His dreads ain't falling out. His shit ain't thinning. You know what I'm saying? He could go back. He could get a retwist. Get some oils put in those dreadlocks. Get some cocoa butter, some Palmers on his skin. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, hey, look, and I threw that game out there. I threw that game out there for y'all in case you caught it. Noxzema, homie. For everybody asking me, yo, GMB TV, woo, I don't got a skincare routine, homie. Use Noxzema. To all my men out there, my grown men that's on grown man business, it's something called Noxzema. And a lot of you youngsters, y'all might not know about it because y'all, but I'm going to tell you something. Hold on. It's something called Noxzema. And I suggest y'all use it. Right here. This right here. Right here. Y'all use that. Stand on that. That's going to get you a long way. That's going to get you a long way, my G. That's it right there. Yeah, now Woody, right? That's because Woody was stressing in there because Woody was lying. Woody wasn't in there doing the work. Woody wasn't in there doing the work. Woody was in there snitching. He was in there lying. He was in there stressing. So he went bald. But Thugger, I gotta say this about Thugger. Thugger didn't go in there stressing because Thugger didn't go in there talking. He didn't go in there ratting. See, when you know something, you win something. Always remember that. When you dealing with the police, as soon as you know something, you win something. Which means as soon as you say something that you know, or you know this or you know that, now you in it. And it ain't no getting out it. So Thugger didn't go in there saying he knew nothing. Thugger didn't go in there and do like Gunna and say YSL is a gang. I know about crimes that YSL. See, when you know something, you win something. Even with this plea deal, they asked Young Thugger to do the same thing that Gunna did, which is repeat a whole statement that they write for you. I know that YSL is a gang. Yes, ma'am. I have seen crimes committed by YSL. And Thugger denied that. Thugger said, nah, we'll take it to war. I'll take it to trial, but I'm not saying that. Thugger stood on business, homie. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, as a man, his slate has been wiped clean. Yeah, Lisa. That's some game for the youngsters out there. When you know something, you win something. So when you get in that interrogation room, when they put the handcuffs on you and they say, listen, anything that you say will and can be used against you in the court of law, you need to take that into consideration. You need to close your mouth. And you need to know nothing. I don't know nothing. Because as soon as you know something, your ass is in something. That's it. Get a lawyer. Talk to your lawyer. Just because you say you know something don't mean you going home today. See, a lot of these dudes, they get the handcuffs put on them. They get locked up, and they think if they say something to the police and tell them that they know something, that maybe you ain't going home tonight. Get in the jail cell and get real comfortable. You not going home tonight and maybe not tomorrow. Get a lawyer. Talk to your lawyer. Police, all that. I don't know nothing. I want to talk to as soon as your ass knows something, you're in something. And Lil Woody went right in that prison, went right in that jail, went right in Fulton County, and he told them people, I know something. And that's when his ass got in something. And guess what? He lost all his hair. He out here trying to save face. He out here trying to do 20 Vs and V20s to make money. All that shit is gonna die out. It's integrity over content. Integrity over content. You gotta have integrity, and then the content comes next. So how many more V1s and 20 V1s we gonna see Lil Woody doing? How many more, back and forths with Charleston White we gonna see him doing before it all dies out? And when that money ain't coming in, that's when they gonna repo them cars. They gonna come and they gonna foreclose on that house. Y'all think it's not, that shit with Lil Woody is smoke and mirrors, homie. It's smoke and mirrors. That ain't gonna last too much longer. Thugger is in a position. Thugger is in a beautiful, beautiful position right now as a man. And that's why I'm talking to Thugger as a man. That's why I'm speaking to the grown man business. You understand me? To make the right choice, to make the right direction at this fork in the road, to go the right way. And if he goes the right way, it won't be smoke and mirrors. He'll be off probation in the next 5 to 6 years. Don't let that 15 years fool you. Don't let these people make you think he about to do 15 years on probation. After 5 years, a Thugger making millions of dollars. Yeah, Florida native. I guarantee you in 5 years, these lawyers go back in front of the judge and appeal that 15-year sentence and say, listen, we got Thugger is making millions of dollars. He has youth organization programs for young black men. He has summer camps for young black men. He has 300 acres out there in Atlanta and out there in Georgia where he has young men come and do training and learn financial literacy and taking them off the streets so that they're not committing crime. He is a huge asset to Fulton County. And we are suggesting to he's done 5 years probation and we want him off probation. And I can almost guarantee if Thug makes the right decision, if he stands on grown man business, if he does not fall back into the industry, back into the boule, if he does not fall back into the streets, if he stands up, homie, he'll be off probation in 5 years. The whole case will be thrown out. Everything will be null and void. Yeah. Beautiful for Thugger, man. Yeah, Gunna's a rat, but you know what? Thugger did not condemn Gunna. He actually asked the judge to be able to work with Gunna, to be able to do shows with Gunna. Smart man. Yeah, they all did bad, man. They all did bad. They all rats. Situations like this are supposed to open your eyes at the fact that the streets are over. The streets are not a myth. I don't like that saying. I understand what Troy Ave was trying to say with the streets are a myth, but the streets are not a myth. Go outside right now and play in the streets and see if you don't get your goddamn head blown off. The streets are not a myth, but the rules to the streets are a myth. Yeah. The whole mind state of the streets, the mob ties, all that is a myth. There is no honor amongst thieves, my G. No honor amongst thieves. But they make you think that it's some type of loyalty or some type of honor amongst thieves. There is no honor amongst thieves in the streets. So the whole ideology of mob ties, a brotherhood, that's the myth. The streets is real as day. The streets are real. The ideology behind what they are preaching to the youngsters is a lie and it's a myth. There is no honor amongst thieves, my G. So if you in the streets, there is no loyalty, there is no honor, there is none of that. Big salute to the chat, man. We make sure y'all hit that like button, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, make sure y'all locked into the channel. Let's run these numbers up. Let's not play no games with it. Let's make sure we keeping the channel in the algorithm. I want to let y'all see this. Even in the YouTube streets, there's no honor amongst content creators. You got Mav Hoffa. He strike my channel. I got 9 days left until that expires. Mav Hoffa, strike my channel. And it's in these YouTube streets is just like the real streets. When you talk to the police, when you deal with the YouTube federales, your name get put in the paperwork. You can't hide from the paperwork, homie. And the paperwork say Mav Hoffa is a rat. And I ain't gonna take my foot off your neck, Mav Hoffa. You got 1 million subscribers, but my voice is more powerful than CNN. My voice is more powerful than Fox News. My voice is more powerful than DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God playing butt tag on the Breakfast Club every morning on your radio. My voice is more powerful, homie. Yeah, Lady JJ, I did all of that. They rejected my appeal. Mav Hoffa got 1 million subscribers. Mav Hoffa is in bed with the boule. Mav Hoffa is in bed with those people. And he's in bed with the YouTube federales. Yeah, I call them the YouTube federales. Those is the federales that hit you. They send you email. Hey, man, we got you. One of our people said this. We gonna do that. Whoop-de-wop. I did the whole appeal. You can see it right here, Lady JJ. I did the whole appeal. Right here. Counter notification, rejected. Counter notification, rejected. Strike on August 11th, 2024. Content removed by Mav Hoffa. Mav Hoffa. And that's one thing I love about it. You know, I felt the way about it. And I appealed it. And I did the necessarily due diligence, and it gets wiped off my channel in 9 days, a little over a week, Mav Hoffa, and I'm back on your neck. Once this get knocked off my channel, I know how to get. Listen, I know how to get at you without you being able to strike me. I learned. I'm smart. You only can get me one time, homie, and it ain't gonna happen again. So 9 days, I'm going live. In 9 days, I'm gonna go live, and we're gonna talk about you and Misfit Javante Tank Davis. Yeah, we going back on that. Yeah, we going, because that's why he strike my channel. That's why he strike my channel. Because I was talking about why would he lay down and have sexual intercourse with Misfit Javante Tank Davis, the young lady that looked like Javante Tank Davis. And that's why he strike my channel. But see, I know how to get around that. And we're going to talk about that, Mav Hoffa. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, homie. Listen, I ain't China Brim. I ain't Harlem Legend. I ain't Zip with the Drip. I ain't doing no forgiveness. Once your name is in the paperwork, your name is in the paperwork, homie. If you want to have a conversation, we can do that. But I need to make sure you ain't got a wire on. I need to make sure you ain't got a wire, or you ain't got a, yeah, you ain't trying. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You want to have a conversation? Cool. I'm cool with that. But I ain't in the forgiving game, homie. Once your name is in the paperwork, your name is in the paperwork. What you talking about, man? Crazy. Salute to the chat, man. Yeah. I ain't forgot about that, homie. You thought I forgot? Hold on. I'm trying to find I'm trying to find the pictures. This nigga, yeah. Misfit Javante Tank Davis. That's what I call. That's her name to me. Yeah, we gonna go crazy on that one for sure. No games. We not holding no punches. We gonna have a good time with that. Salute to the chat, man. So listen, man, I'm about to wrap this up. I just wanted to give y'all an hour of power. Um, like I said, man, I would have took it to trial. You know what I mean? Me personally, um, I would have took it to trial. Um, me personally, they didn't have anything. Once you in a RICO charge, you in a RICO case, and they start handing out plea deals, that lets you know they ain't got nothing. That right there lets you know they ain't got nothing. Um, and I would have took it to trial. I would have got found not guilty. That's what I would have went for, not guilty. But I understand that Thug wanted to get out. He wanted to be around his family. And when you know what's going on, you understand 5, 6 years, he'll be off probation. He'll have that knocked out. And to be able to take that plea deal, you got to be telling yourself, I'm going to take the right route. I'm going to do the right thing. This is the fork in the road for Young Thug. All right? So listen, man, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. Listen, man, I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight, raw, pure, uncut, dope, pure. Nigga, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing. We not dressing nothing up. I'm going to give you this game pure. Pure dope. Pure dope. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Quick hour of power, man. I'm about to go hop in the truck. You know what I'm saying? I got to get this money as we do. You know what I mean? Chasing that bag, chasing that moolah, chasing that guala, chasing that dinero, that paper, that cheese, that mozzarella. Yeah, I'm about to go do that. Mav Hoffa is in the paperwork. Ain't no hate. Hey, homie, ain't no hate. Look, look. Mav Hoffa's in the paperwork. Ain't no hate. Mav Hoffa. That's one thing I love about this. Look, Mav Hoffa and Misfit Love Triangle. I did a live stream on Mav Hoffa and Misfit Love Triangle. And I'm going to do another one. That one did about 40,000 views. That live stream did about 45,000 views. And he got it taken down. And you think I ain't going to... Why was you laying down with a young lady that look and is built like Javante Tank Davis? Why would... Misfit Javante Tank Davis is her name for me. 9 days, Mav Hoffa. Don't ever get it confused, man. I ain't know... This ain't... Yeah, I rock with 05 The Movement. But I ain't doing none of that. You ain't gonna never catch me up here like the homie China Brim talking about I apologize for this and I shouldn't have said that. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, homie. Is what it is. It'll be what it's gonna be. Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We going live again tomorrow for sure. All right? So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be.